Greetings and welcome to Die Drunk and Die presents Enter the Dungeon episode 34. I'm your DM and host, Marty, joined by the entire Ontario crew. How is everyone doing? Your mics are now in warmer, colder, warmer. They are hot mics. Hot mics.
Oh, there we go.
How's it going, Owen? Thanks for playing.
Hey, guys.
What's up? By Budweiser or whatever the fuck.
Oh, my brain.
Not much. Rolling a d20.
Budweiser from over a decade ago.
Yeah, exactly. From beyond the before time.
Actually, put it on the radio channel.
There's so much that can be done with free crime radio.
Is this a different language? I do not understand.
It's just Bro Town from the Plane of Bros.
What are they trying to do?
Just a couple of bros broing around.
Just broing it up in the afterlife. Petitioner bros. Brotitioners. Nice. Nicely done. How is everyone doing? Mark, we haven't seen you in a while. What's up? What's new and exciting with you, man?
I just finished a 60-hour week, so that's fun over the holidays.
Okay. Okay.
But, yeah, so I'm off for like the next 6 days, so that's good.
Cool. How were your holidays?
I had about like 3 hours at Christmas, got off work, went to my mom's, had dinner, opened gifts, went home because I had to go to work the next day.
Okay. Okay.
And when I was asked, well, are you going to come over Boxing Day? And the answer was, no, I got to work the next day.
For those that don't know what Boxing Day is, it is the day after Christmas, which is celebrated in some Commonwealth countries.
It's not a day where we hit each other with, no.
No, the where it came about was rich families would put all of their stuff in boxes and share it with their servants who otherwise had to work on Christmas, serving them their feasts or whatever. So leftover feasts were put in boxes and they could take them home to their families and have basically a second Christmas. It's a Christmas for poor people who serve the aristocracy. Now I kind of understand why it's a Commonwealth thing. Okay, but yeah, and then it kind of morphed into a commercialized version of Black Friday. Where in Canada and probably other Commonwealth nations, it's the day where lots of things go on sale. So buy lots of stuff and put it in your box and bring it home, you poor bastard. Capitalism.
That being said, I guarantee you someone somewhere got punched in the face over a TV.
Sure, and there's a bit of irony that it actually doesn't mean people box on that day.
Season's greetings.
Sorry, I gotta do it, eh? I want this TV more than you do, Eric.
The neither, eh?
Randomly, how's it going? Yeah. Ahmed, what's up with you, man? What happened since last night?
So, Ahmed stayed up playing Call of Duty till 6 a.m. and woke up at 1 p.m. in the afternoon. I didn't wake up that much. That's why
I'm just curious.
My wife was like,
okay.
Hey, can we talk for like an hour before you game for another 10 hours? Yeah, sure. Fine.
I had kind of the same conversation with my wife today because last night I worked night shift, so I didn't get up till like 3 in the afternoon.
No, but I was just irresponsible.
Yes, yeah, but that's the difference. See, I was working and you were fucking around, which meant you had to sleep late.
Is that the sun?
Which meant that she had to look after your children.
I've been doing it for a week. Here, eat this thing that my wife cooked.
Those little fuckers have been alive for 5, 6, 7, 8 years. 1 week again.
Oh man, that's funny.
Yeah, I work from home. I'm feeding, showering, studying, all that.
We're going in hard, I think. Is what's happening here.
We're doubling down.
Yeah.
They could be watching.
was a comment you're going to die on.
Oh, funny. Adam, what's
Enjoy
going
your
on
last
with you?
session. Aww.
So, you know that turkey dinner I had at 1 o'clock in the morning last night?
Yeah.
It didn't
Fought its way
digest the way
back.
it was supposed to. So I was like, I spent all night going, oh, my belly. So I didn't sleep properly. So I skipped breakfast and then had a giant bowl of pho with from the Vietnamese place near the house. And that was good. And then we did some shopping because of the similar situation of the, going to go play game. Let's go play more game. And then I had a celebratory box of donuts. And it took us so long to get started. All I have is a box. There's no donuts, just a box.
That's funny. After game, I decided that I would start The Mandalorian, and between the end of the last game and the beginning of this one, finished the entire 8 episodes of Mandalorian.
So we're all high.
No,
basically.
I didn't stay up till 6 in the morning. I stayed up till 3 in the morning, and then got up at around 11 and
So
finished off the
we
series.
stayed up till the same
So-
time.
Yeah.
So does that mean you can now
Exactly.
cancel your Disney without paying for it? Now that you've seen The Mandalorian?
Right, I saw it in a day. I think I've got 7 days, so I might watch a few other movies and then go, nah.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks. I'll try again when The Mandalorian season 2 comes out.
Right. I'm sure there's some stipulation in there where I got to pay a month, but yeah, worth it. It is a different style. It is basically space western.
Which
Baby Yoda is now your new god. All praise and hail Baby Yoda. It is the cutest thing I've ever seen. They did a good job with that character. And it's still... how do I describe this? Star Wars universe definitely is like Dungeons and Dragons in that there are one-hit die creatures, aka stormtroopers and like dumb goons, and then characters that just can't die. And once you kind of wrap your head around that fact, you're like, okay, yep, this is D&D, Star Wars verse. But if you don't wrap your head around that fact, it's pretty dumb sometimes. But it's Star
bad
Wars dumb.
guys have bad aim.
It's Star Wars dumb, so you kind of forgive it. But yeah, that's the worst thing I could say about it. The music's great. It looks good.
Is it
The
John
Mandalorian.
Williams
The Mandalorian's fun. Like it's not a terribly deep style of storytelling. He's basically a walking, Western cliche almost.
Just badass.
But yeah, it was yeah. Watch it. It's a pleasant change, a palate cleanser, if you will, from recent Star Wars
From
movies.
what, Marty?
From recent Star Wars movies. Anyways, I have not seen the ninth Star Wars, but
You'll know a lot of other people.
yeah. Okay, why don't we do a recap of what happened last game, which I did type up while watching The Mandalorian. It was called Interrogation, Not Negotiation. The party cleanses the moat house with fire and sends the survivors back to Hamlet. Alkur sends an update to Lord Mayor Byrne. Shadow and Krieger track the path of the pumpkin seed swarm, slaying wayward pumpkin pukes and burning patches along the way. Alkur returns to the workshop outside of time to begin crafting. You just have to say it that way all the time.
Outside of time.
Darian stands watch at the smithy. Ptolemy, Bonecrusher, and Oscar teleport to the sanitarium of St. Solars to interrogate Lareth the Beautiful. The party regroups at Nulb, and we're just going to kick off with Krieger and Shadow sneaking back into Nulb and encountering Darian. Let's go to the Nulb map. There's Darian in the smithy. Assign your hero points if you will. Thank you very much.
Right. Okay.
Since we did 3 months worth of crafting last session, I think Oscar gets a hero point today.
Yeah, I'm giving it back to. I don't know. Actually, I'll keep this one with Shadow because those arrows are expensive.
Okay.
Yeah. Murder, death, kill arrows.
Yeah. I
Okay.
think we're gonna give it to him.
Excuse me. Krieger and Shadow's tokens are on the Nulb map, as along with Darien, and the others are in the workshop.
All right.
So update your tokens there with your hero points, please. Shadow, Krieger, you guys knock on the smithy door. It's been days since any activity or any visitors have come to the smithy. You guys come into the room, and you can see Darien standing there with the answerer in his hand, with like a shocking kind of glow coming off of the answerer.
Marty,
Yeah.
the kid with the bad attitude that was at the smithy the first time we went through,
Yep.
he just hasn't been seen.
Has not
He
been
was
seen.
part of what? He's just what? Has just
He was in the circus.
a little brat. All right.
You could ask.
Adam cares more than Adam's characters care.
Yeah, he did have two apprentices, a simpleton and a kid with a bad attitude. Oh yeah, Krieger and Shadow come in. Darien's got the answerer out, and he slides it back into his sheath when he sees the two of them. They're sweaty and look like they've been in the wilderness, which they have been for sweaty and dirty and...
Didn't happen to run across a bath on your way here, did you?
Oh, fuck yourself. That was a long run. That was great.
Oh, I didn't think so.
You were riding on Max's back.
Oh yeah, Max is there.
You rode bareback.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Holding his nuts. Yeah, this wolf's
Max
got a
really
lot of
likes you. He really likes you now.
this wolf's got a lot of spine. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's punny right there.
So what'd we miss?
Yeah, what's going on?
Well, did some crafting. That's about it.
Well, there were a couple of pumpkin seeds that were growing out of their, victims. We got rid of that, burnt them out.
Good work.
Yeah. Max here was sniffing them out.
Oh, where's Max, by the way? How did he get into the...
Yeah, I'm not sure where. Well, you guys just
He
walked.
got-
You guys just walked into town. There's not
Yeah,
a lot
yeah.
of people here, and
And there's no one here qualified to challenge a giant wolf.
Let's look down and see a paw print this big.
do you know what map I left a Max on?
We were on
the moat house.
Motos, yeah. That's where we were.
Ah, yes, there he is.
Alright. Do you guys get do you know if they got everything done?
Throws down his bow. I'm using this shitty thing. It's like a +1 shotgun.
Well, I'm not entirely sure. A lot more time's passed in there than out here.
True. Well, go check on them. I'm not really allowed to get back in there for some reason or another.
I think you know why.
It wasn't me.
The point is, it could be. But we're still watching,
Fucking paladins.
aren't
Hey,
we?
I asked him to make some manacles. Go make sure he's got those.
Okay,
Oh,
by
it
this
seems
point in
I
time,
got myself another lord here.
Darian, you know that the portal key to get into the place is this weird mirrored sphere.
Or
Yeah, you know where he keeps it in that stone altar in the back room.
All right, I'll let them know you're here.
All right.
In the meantime,
Self cozy again.
Otis made sure to tell me to tell you, get out.
Hey, what?
Otis wants you to get out.
You mean out of here?
Yeah.
Fucking prick. Let's go, Max.
Just a messenger.
Next time he asks for anything, he can go fuck himself. Oh,
Actually, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna.
don't tell him I said that. Tell him after he gives me my bow.
Everything I fire comes back at me.
I'm not even firing my bow and arrows are going at my ass.
It'll be like 1 in 1,000 arrows just to shoot you in the ass.
Darian goes into the workshop.
Okay.
His runes appear. F you, Shadow.
So did Darian just tell Shadow to leave the smithy?
Yep.
Yeah, Shadow's gonna go hang out in the forest.
Okay, where are you headed?
We'll go to the opposite side of the
Krieger's like, whoa, let's just maybe, see what if they got that bar open or something. We've been in the woods for days.
You can go in and see you're going in your little comforts. I'm fine in the woods.
Hey,
Come on, Max.
I'm fine in the woods too. I just have to like beer.
Yeah, well, I can lick my own balls. Can you?
Touche.
There you go.
I am going to leave you to that because I don't want to see it.
Come on, Max. Let's go lick our own balls. I said our own.
All right. So where are you guys headed?
we'll head to the east of the map, which is opposite side of where the temple is. West of the map. I meant, sorry, west of this map.
Where the Boatman Tavern is, or
we're
you're gonna go past by Mother's
We're gonna go over
Okay.
here basically, or actually, there's the burnt out Oscar's
We're gonna
place.
stay at Oscar's house.
Yeah, we'll stay at Oscar's burnt out house.
Okay. Krieger, you headed somewhere?
Is there?
No, well, he's going to wait for Darian to come back.
Okay,
Find out
yeah.
what's the status of their.
Oh, it takes Darian forever.
Oh, Krieger's asleep by the time he gets back.
Right. Sleep by the fire. He ate some of the gruel that he had on the fire. Okay. Yeah. Darian goes into the workshop outside of time, and you could see.
Isn't it super fast when Darian goes in and out?
Give me a second.
It's like the other way around.
No.
So-
It's when you walk in, you go like when I went to put my keys down and I came out. It's been 20 minutes. Oh wait,
It's the other way. It's
No, it's the
super
opposite
fast.
way
The
around.
other way
When I
around.
walk in,
It's like
Yeah.
whoop, he
Super
walks
fast.
in, he's out again immediately.
That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
If we were
Yeah.
inside, if we sent him, if we were inside,
Yeah,
we sent
you're
him
right,
out.
you're
It
right.
takes
Yeah,
forever
the
to come
opposite
back.
way. Fucking time. All right.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're just poking at the stew pot kind of thing, and Darian will come right back out. But yeah, you go inside. You can see Ptolemy, Oscar, and Bone Crusher. They have settled in a little bit. It looks like they're relaxing. Ali is working on some potions. You can hear Otis working in the back, and Alkur putting the finishing touches on which item?
It will be the beads.
The holy beads.
The holy beads.
Okay.
Ooh.
Your warrior senses kind of overreact a little bit to the painting as it shifts from one man's face to another man's face. This man's particularly ugly, and you can you just caught motion of the corner of your eye. You're getting googly-eyed from Squish from above, and Ptolemy kind of perks up as there is telepathic communication between Squish and Ptolemy. Ptolemy's like, "Oh, Darian's back." Or is it Darian?
You got me. I'm a doppelganger.
Oh, yes. Well, ruined my joke. We learned a bunch of things from Lareth the Shaven.
Darian's eyes kind of go up like, good.
Lareth, the next time I might not ask for a bath.
Lareth, it was an interrogation, not a negotiation.
Yep, they were pretty adamant that it was an interrogation, not a negotiation.
Yes, and we showed them. We got the answers, and they didn't get to write them down. Only the questions. Well, Crusher got it. Crusher will be the head of that monastery when I'm done with it.
How very kind of you,
Thanks,
Lord.
my lord.
Keep your friends close and your good friends even closer. See what I did there?
Crusher's just
Smooth.
tightening the wraps, the new wraps.
Oh yeah, there's like a winter storm kind of tinkling off of these wraps he's got on every time he moves them.
I wonder if it's safe to take a piss.
You recognize the visual cues from the magic that was once in the sword that Krieger was using is now swirling around the wraps that are
on Crusher.
around Crusher's knuckles.
Crusher, we're done with the fire over here. Would you try to extinguish it with your palm? Just
Sure.
will out the flames around you.
Sure. Is it a magical
At
thing?
will, all non-magical flames within 20 feet just go up.
Oh, right.
Only the magic stuff you have to...
Bunch of the candles get blown out. The fire goes out. There was like a little flame underneath. Ellie's beaker went out. He's like, he has to flint it back.
Every time. Every time.
There's a
appears to be working.
There's a crackle from the radio. Free Prime Radio on Astral N770, an Exodus Multiverse multicast, coming to you live from a dead god's pelvis. We have a caller for our favorite game show, Fox or Feeble, and there's like a crowd of people clapping. You don't know. This particular game show brought to you by the Grand Bhaali Circus. Come see the death-defying feats in the shadow of a death god's demise. All right, we are at our first question for the day. Caller, are you ready? Yeah. All right, on Fox or Feeble, name the race that dwells in the astral plane that rides red dragons and serves the Lich Queen. And there's some sort of, like, musical timer going on in the background. Some sort of musical timer.
It is the only musical timer.
I know this one. Oh, fuck. It starts with it's like a g. Close. The gith. You're going to have to be more specific. Oh, fuck. Red Dragons, Lich Queen, Astral Plane. Githzeri! Oh, I'm sorry. It is the Githyanki. The Githyanki are the ones that dwell in the astral plane that ride red dragons that serve the Lich Queen, Vlakith. Of course, if you told a Gith that he was a Githzeri, you'd probably be dead. Good thing that we are only playing for Fox or Feeble. Second question. What is the name of the overseer power of the City of Doors Sigil, or Sigil, depending on how you want to pronounce it? The Mistress of Pain. We're gonna have to check with our judges on this. No, it is the Lady of Pain. The Lady of Pain. Next question on Fox or Feeble. This technically can go on for, theoretically, forever. It is until you get a particular question right. Name the god whose fiery sword is smoting worlds from all existence. Oh, I know this one. Well, you can tell it. I don't want to invoke his name. Oh, come on. It is not like the god will come to your world next. He might. No.
Wait. I just picture a bunch of people at home on his roll going, don't say it,
Motherfucker.
Oh, and we must remind you that there are some words that cannot be said on Free Prime Radio. And there's a bunch of like bleeping out as he's going through all the words. And we'll have to go to our next caller as there was a disconnect. This is Fox or Feeble, where you either have Fox's cunning or are of feeble mind. Now a word from our second sponsor.
Tired of your lot in life? Having mortal troubles with no hope in sight? Invoke the infernal aid of Hellfire and Brimstein. Miracles for an unmiraculous and calamitous age. Have no money? Worry not. Seize your piece of heaven now. It'll only cost you one thing. Hellfire and Brimstein, invoke our names today. May not actually be a piece of heaven. May not be actual miracles.
What were their names again?
Hellfire and
No.
And now,
Gary in here?
and now for a change of pace. 1 hour of heavenly grace in honor of those angels who lost their place in heaven. And remember, the only good snake is a dead snake. And there's some, like, angelic choir music that brings any good person to near tears, and for the next day has the blessings of a bless spell.
Darian.
Any good person?
Any good person.
I was working
Ali.
on beads. Beads mean Alkur the White, which means good Alkur.
Bone Crusher has good tendencies.
Nope.
No.
Hold on, I'm gonna check this one out. It's lawful neutral.
Isn't
Yep.
that lovely?
It's beautiful
Yeah,
music.
it's Darian's like trying to quietly,
I cannot
suddenly
craft
wipe
this.
tears away from
Crafting
his
is
eyes.
no good no longer. It's no good. Tears in my potions. I can.
I wonder what they meant by angels who've lost their place. They keep on making reference to angels that are not in heaven any longer.
Perhaps there was a calamity that fell upon the heavenly planes as well.
Neither the heavens do
I
not
assume
exist. They all died.
It might be possible that there's also displaced beings from the hills and the abyss, but there's just less sympathy towards them. Or those planes have not shrunk in size or power.
This music's a bit stuffy. Stormy.
This music is just right. Yeah, like Alkur's like swaying.
To the orchestral choir music that is bringing you close to tears. Otis comes out. He has finished, I don't know, the upgrades to the hammer, I guess, or maybe the bow. Yeah, he left Shadow's bow for last. He just tosses it on the table.
That wolf. Fuck that wolf.
This better not come back to bite us.
It shouldn't. He has been predictable at a minimum.
He kind of like waves you off and goes and turns up the music and kind of drowns out any excuses that you guys have for your lycanthrope's chaotic evil
Well,
behavior.
like Alkur the Black is the one who made all the plans. Alkur the White is now like thinking about maybe we shouldn't have put so much oomph into Shadows. Darian,
He checks on a ring on the elven princess's hand that he put there some days ago, and he doesn't explain it, but some color.
He secretly married her.
No,
this ring
no,
may be wet.
it is not on the. It is not on the mother's finger. It is not the wedding finger.
Does he have a matching ring?
He does not.
Darian,
Mm.
these beads, with these, you should be able to incant more powerful divine magics. Additionally, when you focus on that of your god, it will provide you healing and be blessed.
Nifty. Much appreciated.
Have the others returned?
Yes, Shadow was wondering about his manacles. And probably his other stuff.
Yep. Otis goes over to a chest and roots around and pulls out a hardy-looking pair of manacles.
I was unaware that that was on the list.
I made these a while back.
Are they effective versus the Lycan's ability to change shape?
Yep. And they got mithril in the alloy, so they'll chafe.
They go around. I'm assuming it's like neck and both hands.
Yep.
Because the neck is really the only thing that kind of
Stays the same.
yeah. Interesting design. Should they be staked or looped around something?
Yeah, there is a loop that you'd have to tie it to something.
Oh, these.
And the loop is on the backside so that you can't.
You could
manhandle him with it or not get bit. Right. Try not to get bit.
Hang him from a tree, just saying.
Perfect.
He digs around a little bit in a drawer full of junk. He has to go way to the back like it's been long forgotten and produces the key. He just slams it down on the table and then walks away.
Oscar's going to go take a look at what is the quality of our locket situation here?
They're pretty good. These are superior manacles, mithril alloy, with an amazing lock.
Amazing's DC
40.
40.
40?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Might want to tie his thumbs together. Did I always... Never mind that. Alright, so we probably should get... Where's Krieger? Is Krieger here too?
He's waiting outside.
Alright. We should probably... I think we're basically done in terms of who's working on those beads. We should be getting prepared, figuring out what we're going to do, and we need to have a discussion.
Okay.
We need we know what node we think the answer is in.
Yeah, he just kind of raises an eyebrow.
And we think it's in the fire node with the Phoenix. So
The Phoenix.
Oh, that's not the only thing that's in the fire node. And Ptolemy goes back to like books that you stole from the Supreme Commander's office. Let's see here.
Hey, Trickster.
Fire node. Where is it? Yes. The fire has Ragnar Infernicus in it, the latest of the monsters that have taken to the corruption quite well. It is called a Crimson Cave Worm, believed to be the spawn of Cindermaw. Why does that name sound familiar?
I haven't the slightest idea. Weenies.
I would suppose that it has a very large mouth and it's very hot inside.
Like a dragon.
Like potentially a dragon, but it sounds like a worm of some sort. Like little worm-esque cave worm.
Just the general nature of the fire elemental plane will probably mean that this is the most dangerous of the nodes.
Yes. This will be a problem. Do you have that list of names
Which list of names?
of the creatures?
Yes. You want me to tell you them again?
Yes, please.
In the Earth one, the latest creature is called the Terror in the Sands.
1 second, I'm opening up the book. Let me get my quill. Let my quill respond to my my kicking.
The Terror in the Sands, or the Sands of Fallout, is a creature known as a Zeramoon. Apparently, they lured this creature from some blasted world called Athos, where the power of dragon kings defiled the land.
This is the Earth being.
Yes, I think a Zeramoon is like a living, what do you call it? A boob? A haboob? A sandstorm?
Oh.
It's like a living beach.
I believe it's pronounced Darude.
No, a haboob, or a beach, or a desert. It's like a living sand creature. It says something about this creature is a willing participant as it wants to visit retribution upon the earth plane for past crimes against the Zaramoon. The water plane has the spawn of Notonica in it, and there was a great celebration as they got a hold of one of the spawn of the great kraken named Notonica. Apparently, this creature has a predilection for being divine.
And for those of you who are unaware, Natonica is a reference to a past campaign.
That screwed over Medwick.
I'm pretty certain Ahmed screwed over me.
Yeah, well, what can you do? These things happen to the best of us.
The creature of air is called the breath of a dying star. They believe it is called Nuthul. It is from a ravaged world where hurricane winds drove creatures underground. Apparently, as some great dark hole ate up the planets around the system and the atmosphere around the planetoid. Interesting. We'll have to look more into that.
Yes, a planetoid. I understand the concept of a planet, but a planet, like...
And then the fire creature is Regnor Infunicus. The spawn of Cindermar, a great crimson cave worm. And all four of these creatures have taken to corruption quite well, or so their notes have said.
Yes.
Then we need to destroy them.
Yes. They, for their own sakes, must be destroyed, as well as the sake of everyone else. So, within each of these domains, we are seeking a key to those domains to add to the golden key, as well as the destruction of the corrupted entity, and then within one of these domains, we think the fire domain, the last gemstone of the Answer.
Do we need the device, that strange device? The one with the crab-looking thing. Do we need to use that?
Probably.
Then we need to...
Well,
we need to beat the...
They said that each of the domains had, like, places to go. So, like, on the air domain, if you go to the node, there would be like a big rock to stand on. And if you go to like the Earth domain, there's like a pocket or something to be in. It's not just like a big block. But if you go to the Earth plane, then now it might just be a big block that you get smushed in. Don't go to the domain. Go to the node.
I can't think of any reasons why we'd want to go to the actual planes themselves, unless we wanted to measure to see if they've started corrupting those planes. That is a horrible thought. They've been at it for some time. They've gone through quite a few monsters.
Well, I do agree that we should do such inspection. It should not occur until after we have successfully isolated and pacified the threat being posed by the further corruption. As well as with some particular study and experimentation. Alright, now what other information did you get? Well, we know they're trying to use the twisting end to speed things up, so we probably want to go there kind of quickish. And, hey Ali, what was your shopping list there again?
The things that I require, my friend, there's the Heart of the Phoenix, the Tear of an Angel, and the last but not least, as I wait for it to load, is the Horn of a Unicorn.
Well, we know where 2 of the 3 things are. Actually, we know where all of them are.
Yes, they're all in the temple.
Nope.
One is on belt of someone. Yep. The heart is in one of the nodes.
We have to go into the circus to get Ancient Tear.
Right. Okay. I'll follow you, of course. I just when I distribute all my potions to you, I can use my crossbow. Really, that is all I can do.
Oh, the squire has the greatest quest of all.
Make the angel cry.
Make the angel cry.
It happens after she's tired.
I don't want you.
They're tired.
Keep coming.
Then they cry. Then they're sleepy. A little bit weepy, then sleepy. Sometimes sleepy, then weepy. You know.
Are you okay with this, Darian?
I'm sure I can get a tear out of her.
Oh, I know, Squish. He doesn't look very comfortable.
This is very strange.
So now remember, if we have to go back into the carnival, we made a deal, Darian. And you have to abide by that deal.
I don't forget my obligations.
Alright, you will then protect me from the carnies that we wronged because of your sense of honor.
By any chance, are we going to be going into this place? Because at the time of your deal making, we did not know you. I just want to know how dangerous it will be, whether it should come along or not.
Oh, it'll be dangerous.
as you will have all my potions.
Yeah, Beard can just make his potions, give them to you here, and then he can stay safe here, because he's got to make the special stuff.
I can continue crafting here.
I need to help Beard make the cleaner to make the temple very clean, very pure, very clean.
Yeah, I can. I mean, I'm saying I can come along and use my crossbow, but that is all I will be able to do.
We need to preserve your mind. If you can actually make these ingredients, we will return if we need more potions.
All right, I will not. I will refrain from preparing any of them, and I will give them all to you.
Additionally, we will also return if we get 12th level.
When I feel the ding, I will wait for you.
Wait, what? What's going on?
Nothing, GM. Don't worry about it.
It's well worth blowing away a 6 circle spell to teleport to level up.
In that case.
Says the guy who's going to go, yo, sorcerer, use your 6 to teleport. So with you.
All right, so are we going back and fetching Krieger and Shadow, and then we're heading to the temple, or are we heading to the circus?
Yes. I feel that we probably need to do our best to stop whatever sacrificing is going on, and that is the most immediate concern. Now, would that be through the temple, or would that be through the circus?
Probably through the temple.
Then I suppose it would be preparing for conflict with, you know, those guys are real, like, a problem.
Who's a problem?
Do you know what I learned about? I learned a thing. You wanna know what I learned?
Do tell.
Magic goes up to 10. I thought magic went to 9. But apparently, the thumb on your right hand has a spell now. It's called 10. See, I always thought that the cantrip things, those counted as like the 10th one for all the fingers and toes. But now there's another one. Number 10.
I don't follow.
Oscar, I believe, is referring to that note that said that Cataclysm is a spell that is known by our foes.
Again, not familiar with it.
It is a very powerful spell meant to decimate or destroy villages, castles, these sorts of things.
So best not let them cast it.
True. Best not let them cast it. So it does all the types of damage, 3d10 of each type. It does 3d10 of all the different types.
Like slashing,
Bludgeoning,
piercing,
slashing,
fire,
acid, lightning, fucking everything.
holy,
It does all the damage.
unholy. How many types are there?
It does
Like
8
12?
types. It does 8 types of
Hilarious.
damage. It's 3d10 of 8 types of damage.
So 24d10. Just in case.
In case you weren't paying attention. That's all the
Boom!
damage.
Just all of them. It's a way to see what people are resistant to. So, we need to be prepared for the casters. All right. I suppose on the morrow we shall make our way. Now, do we want to spend a few days researching these particular foes or not?
A few days in here or a few days?
In here, of course.
Yeah. Best be prepared.
Marty,
Mm-hmm.
if we were to research each of these epic, unique creature types that we're going to be fighting,
Yeah, there are books and a small library inside the
Alkur's
workshop
library is here.
outside of time. Yep.
So, I think I am going to do lore. We're going to spend 1 day per creature. We'll spend 4 days. And Alkur the Black will lore Zaramoon, lore Spawn of Nautica, lore Thul, and lore Regnor Ifurkis. And we will
What does it do?
spend 4 hours researching what we know about each of these foes.
What does Lord? Oh, so There's a faster way of doing this. I don't know exactly what your lore gives you, but the cognitogen from Ali can give you trained in. Let me read it. Let me read it.
Wait, you've got a cognitogen that just...
Trained in one int-based skill.
So any lore skill you need to know about, you can just, oh, I'm going to drink this and I'll know what I need to know.
So 4 hours.
So which one is it?
This is the cognitive mutagen, the 11th level one.
Okay, your mind becomes blah blah blah.
And +3 for lore.
You can become chosen at creation. So when he creates it, he has to pick.
If you need me to create it now, I can.
So you could have lore, whatever a Zaramoon is.
Right.
And then,
you can, but
Okay.
I will have. It will take one of my craftings or 2 of my craftings, so I could.
How many of these can you prepare today?
I can make 30.
We
if you
require
want.
4.
That will take. Then you would lose some of the poisons.
No, we will rest afterwards.
Then no problem. I can make 10 for you, and you can have
But
them work together.
No. I need specific ones. I need 1 for Zaramoon, 1 for Spawn of Nautica, 1 for Nathul, 1 for Regnor Affinities.
All right, he's gonna make 12, 3 of each, and 1 for you, 1 for him, and 1 for somebody else who's intelligent, and you can aid each other.
We're all gonna fucking drink. We're all taking LSD and thinking about stuff.
All right, which you guys make some mind potions and get high and start to flip through books and try to figure out what are you trying to figure out, like just like the weaknesses and strengths of these creatures. Or...
Yes, weaknesses and strengths.
Which
how are they going to make love to us, and how do we make love to them?
Wow. Okay, so 3. Which one are you doing first?
Good times.
Which creature are you asking about first?
We're just going to go in order here, so it'll be Zaramoon.
Actually, he's gonna create 3 more for the Phoenix.
Okay.
Cool. Okay. Now, Alkur is currently the white right now, but because he has the ability not to get a critical failure and learn wrong information, I should recommend he take the lead on the check.
Sure.
Yeah. Right.
So.
This is knowledge nature or knowledge occult.
Oh, this is nature or occult?
Yep.
Occult. The cognition gives you +3 occult.
Okay.
Is it an item bonus?
It is an item bonus.
Okay, so Ptolemy's occult would be +24.
Okay, so Alkur's would be +23.
Nature or occult, and so, well, you're trained, so.
We're already trained.
Yeah, let's see if I am.
All right, so Alkur will just roll his. So 37
19,
plus whatever aids come.
18, 19, 20.
Because I think that the extra +1 on the roll is not worth the chance of getting a natural 1 and going, oh, it likes being tickled and.
26. Is that a bonus?
Okay, the DC is 35, so to help is 25. Yep, that's a +1.
Okay.
And
so
Ptolemy's
38,
39. So you beat it by 4. Okay. It is a type of earth elemental. They were at some point exiled from the plane of earth because they worshipped demons who promised to give them power over other elementals.
They're dicks.
Do not try to paralyze them, poison them, or put them to sleep.
No poison, no paralysis. Okay.
They will destroy you. because they can almost perfectly hide in sand, and before it's too late, you're just going to be raked apart and blasted apart by various
I don't like this one.
sandy attacks.
This
Because
sounds
it's
terrible.
coarse and it chafes and it gets everywhere.
No, don't.
And not like you.
Blasts of sand, engulfing in sand, raking sand. They can glide through sand. They can hide in sand.
Can we fight it on, say, a tile floor or like
Create
a
stone.
swimming pool?
Create stone.
You don't know.
Yeah, well, wall stone. Stand on it.
This thing's gonna be a problem.
It's the problem. Okay.
And then with your
Let's-
good roll, you know it's if an unadulterated creature of this power is a level 16 creature.
Which
So,
is the problem.
Let's figure out its AC right now, guys.
Figure out its AC? What the fuck do you mean figure out its AC? That's not enough information to figure out an AC. What's wrong with you?
Well, it's at least 20.
AC is at least 26.
At least
There you go.
26. Yeah.
28. It's trained in AC.
Probably 34. 36.
Okay, the same rigmarole for the spawn of Nopka.
Notanica, yeah.
What is its
This is knowledge, nature, or knowledge planes as well.
Okay.
Oh, sorry,
Fun part of
called
this.
yeah.
Thing is, Alkur's got them all the same. So,
18?
the core roll is a 35. Come on, aids of my boys.
1.
Yep, there's an aid from Ptolemy, just a +1.
36.
Plus 21.
I don't think that's an aid.
Damn it.
Nope. You can spend a hero point to make that an aid.
A Lee's hero point? Yeah, sure.
Sure.
Okay.
It's not in the cards, boys.
Oh, you could have
It's
just
not in the
added
cards.
2 to get the aid, but instead you re-rolled. So.
Oh, sorry, no.
That's
36.
Yep. Okay, 36. The DC of this one is 38.
Yeah, would have filled anyway.
It's a big kraken.
So you know that they're big aquatic beasts, and they're supposed to be really smart.
Okay. That's what we know. Next is the Athul.
The Athul. Okay. 17.
40 raw,
26?
which
Probably failed.
Nope. The Athul's the.
well, so far the big aquatic beast.
I'm
on the
rolling
jump,
D6s here. I don't. Honestly, it's
it's a big fish.
like 5s.
It's
and
totally not
4s.
gonna have tentacles up your head. Nothing like that. Ah, that's good.
Gotcha.
Okay, the DC is 32, and to aid would be 22.
Okay, so we're at
And
41.
Ptolemy aids?
Yay, critical success.
22.
No, 22.
almost.
No, 40 becomes 42.
Okay, got it. Okay.
Yeah.
So an Athul is most often appears as a dark swirling cloud filled with flying debris, streaked with sudden flashes of lightning. They are basically living storms. They too are outcasts from the air plane of air. They're creatures of furious anger. Do not try to electrocute them, paralyze them, poison them, or put them to sleep. They are air elementals. They are going to fling debris, slash at you with their windy claws, probably electrocute you to death. They are wispy. They can appear anywhere, and are very good at approaching and withdrawing. And like the most fearsome of air elementals, their big attack is turning into a gigantic whirlwind.
Oh, I hate that. I hate that from first Ed. I think I'm going to hate it even
Critical
more
success,
this one.
they are CR 14 creatures unaltered. Like a normal Athul is a CR 14 creature.
Well, here's the thing. I think a Zeramoon and an Athul are like cousins. Because they basically sound kind of like one of them bitch slaps you with a sandy hand, the other one slaps you.
They're good at hiding in natural cloud formations.
Shoot over cloud.
I attack clouds. Okay. That one, see, that doesn't sound as bad because it didn't have, like, engulf. Those words like engulf, that's a bad word. Engulf. Nobody likes the word engulf.
Okay.
Alright, the Regnorn Furnicus, or Crimson Cave Worm, I think is the thing.
Yeah. This one is, I think, Knowledge Nature.
Uh-oh.
Not your best.
26. AIDS! We might critical fail
yeah,
anyway. Hate me now! This
what's
one
the,
likes when you butter yourself.
Is this a culture nature again?
This one's DC is 38.
I need 2 AIDS not to critical fails, boys.
Okay, so Ptolemy, and it is a beast, so it is Knowledge Nature. Ptolemy's Knowledge Nature is 13 plus 3 from the
30.
Hey, 20, 27. Come on.
Oh, that should be 20. That should be another 3 higher. So Ptolemy aids.
Woo! We just failed.
Okay.
No, we don't just fail.
We need one
28,
more.
You said.
Yeah,
we're at 28.
it is-
We're at 38, so we're at 28.
Its
Critical fail.
Its CR means that it's DC 38 to know about it.
So we critical fail.
It's
my
nothing.
thing-
It's the first thing we should go after.
It's a chump. Why do we want to think about this? Give me a second. I'm just going to confirm that my power only means I don't critical fail on a 1, which I believe is what it does. I just want to confirm that it's just Elven Lore. Ageless Patience. So if is 10 lower than the DC. Okay.
Hero point.
So just
Hero point. This might be worth it. I can't do it because I fucked up.
I think actually I'm going to spend the hero point just to know. I want to know nothing as opposed to knowing and having to believe.
Doing the wrong thing.
Okay.
I would say re-roll that shit because
Let's see what I rolled for a second. I rolled a 3. So as long as I roll a 4.
might as well.
All right. Play moment! Yeah! 41!
All right. What I was going to tell you is that the creature's a CR 12 purple worm, and you guys, as long as you protect yourselves against poison, you're good
Poison,
to go.
you'll be fine.
A crimson worm is a CR 18 version of cave worm.
Oh. Little difference.
Huh.
Alkur's like on a page, flipped to purple worm. He's like, oh, I found one. Oh, wait a sec. No. This is never mind. This is a purple
While this
purple
thing
page.
is home to the prime material plane, it can live perfectly fine in the fire elemental plane. It does have a weakness to cold.
Immune to fire, weak to cold. Just gonna put that down.
So this one's yours, Crusher.
The scariest thing, aside from it being big and bad poison and it swallows you and like all the big things that big worms do, it, when in contact with fire or magma, at least as large as itself,
Like a plane.
Like a plane or a demi-plane.
gains fast healing.
Oh, motherfuck.
How much?
How do you stop the fast healing?
Cold?
Fast healing is not regeneration.
It's not regeneration.
Okay.
This is going to make this one difficult.
It's a CR 18, and then it's stuck in an environment where it's got extra powers.
Yeah.
It has a breath weapon that would put some red dragons to shame.
They put that
breath.
DR5 heat for
Bring-
Crusher.
That is an unaltered Crimson Worm. I keep on saying that because these creatures are being quote-unquote
Well,
corrupted.
we looked at the base monster, right? Not
Yep.
not the aberrant form.
Yep.
Oh, it was good that I checked the pages. Somebody really liked worms. The
These pages were sticky.
Yeah, purple worm, CR13 creature. It just basically bites you and poisons you. And
All right, one more. The Phoenix.
I didn't know this was DR5 heat for Crusher's gloves.
Yeah, you've got DR.
Yeah.
And it's not heat,
Yay.
it's DR fire.
Fire, I'll take that better. I'm noting it now because it's going to be important.
No problem.
How are you going to survive the high temperatures in there?
We've got. First, we're going to have to get to a position where we can actually go into those domains.
12th level. Understood.
Yeah, fire resist 5.
okay, the Phoenix, go ahead.
Okay.
This is a really
Knowledge.
nature.
Birdie. 42.
Nice.
28.
The DC to aid is 24.
So 44.
Nice.
The DC of the creature is 34. So you critically succeeded.
Woo. Birdie.
CR15.
How do you
Motherfucker's
remove
gonna
its
be the same
heart?
place with the.
A
We need to get this guy to help us.
A standard Phoenix is a great being, CR15. It can see invisible creatures. It has regeneration. It's immune to fire. It has weaknesses of cold and evil. It has a shroud of flame around it that will harm people. Otherwise, it's a big bird that can shoot a jet of flame out of its beak. It is a very powerful primal caster. It can blaze across the sky and burn things from the sky itself, like leaving a trail of flame from its wings. And its most famous power is that it can self-resurrect. Although, strangely, normal phoenixes can only self-resurrect once per year.
I know what this one's special power is.
Whenever it fucking feels like.
Or maybe it's stuck in like a weird time thingy.
Time loop.
Or it's being corrupted over the course of a year and then explodes and then...
Boom. Boom. So, so it's a big bird, right?
Yeah, they are goodly primordial creatures.
And they're the arch nemesis of worms, right? Because birds eat worms. It's just it's law of nature. Cats, dogs, this sort of thing.
They tend
obviously
they tend
it's
to
going to help us fight the Infernicus.
they tend to serve.
Obviously,
they
that's the way
tend
it's
to
gonna
be servants of deities who have the sun domain.
Cool. It's bad that I'm checking the domain list for my god.
Alkur the Black has been very prominent.
Phoenixes are often sought out for their knowledge or healing abilities, and are often at the center of beneficent cultures. that they've helped develop.
Can they function without the? Can you yank a heart out and then
Without it dying?
without it dying, or in part of the resurrection process?
Yeah,
Like-
you'll either kill it or you'll cause it to self-resurrect.
Or it will kill you.
Well, I mean, like, does it when it immolates, when it self-destructs, does all of it self-destruct, or can you keep a piece of it?
Why don't we describe it? What we need.
What?
Describe to it what we need. Maybe.
Excuse me, sir. Could you please?
I
give me
do need your heart. Oh,
It's
there
for a
is-
good cause.
That is something we could try to do.
Their body collapses into a pile of smoldering ashes before returning to life fully.
Right. So the heart is part of the body.
Yep,
So we need to find a way to keep it alive,
correct.
or you have to bring the phoenix to the
With
thing.
with your critical success, you know that they can only resurrect if a bit of them remains.
But I
So if we kill it,
If they were
take its heart.
if they were
somehow we-
disintegrated, and all of it
It's-
was ash, it couldn't crumble to ash and then return. Part of it needs
But
to
if-
remain.
But if we cut out its heart, it can. Oh, but does it resurrect around the heart if we did that? Like,
well, do you?
because that would be awkward.
Well, all right. Hey, Allie, your
Yes?
your potion thing. Do you
Yes.
just need to kind of like juice the heart around it, or do you need just like a?
It
Griffin?
requires a little bit of research, but from just my quick understanding, my quick thinking about it, some of the fiery blood within the valves of the heart would be the most precious thing I need.
So what if we bring the whole phoenix, and we
Um,
very carefully get some valve juice?
If it is cooperative, it would be painful, but a syringe of durability and length would be enough to extract some of the blood, and that would provide for me what I need.
And you surgeon knows immediately which fuck up. Oh God, no!
Ali ends up looking like me. Do you know how long it took to build this beard? Since I was 2 months, I was building it. Grow hair quickly in my family.
I'm just imagining a dude in like little Minecraft graphics making a beard, just standing on. Well, we have multiple problems. Lee, that was very useful. We should rest, prepare, and strike out.
Anything different from the next preparation that you need? It's been. By the way, I think I will be leaving this place and waiting outside, as I do not want to age too much being in here.
That would probably be prudent for your.
After all, I am only
Species.
human.
I was trying to pick my words carefully. I understand that some people find it condescending when their
Oh,
mortality
it is only
thrust upon
reality,
them.
my friend. The potion of immortality I will worry about later. For now, let's do purification.
You got one for mortality?
I'll work on it after. It is more important to clean that filthy thing, scab on the land.
Alright. So, with all y'all just chugging the go-go juice, any thoughts on the other monsters?
Mother monsters, you say? Maybe I will stay in here then.
No. I think we know what a white is, and a mana core, we've already fought one.
Mm-hmm.
The ogre mage, a fire giant, I think we understand is a big fiery giant. Like it's, you kind of get what you pay for.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Ogre mage, Medusa, Rakshasa, Beholder, and Mummy, I think are the weird ones. I think the ones we actually care about are, and Blue Dragon. Blue Dragon, Rakshasa, Beholder, I think we'd like to do checks on. I think the rest of them are just going to
I think that's
fly by the seat of our ass. Since we've got our fucking IQ genies or brain juice going.
our Adderall supplier's in town, so while he's here.
Okay, well, I think you had very specific lore potions for the other ones, so these are just your normal rolls.
No, we ended up not using the specific lore potions. We were just using the general.
Oh, okay.
We were just because we weren't rolling lore, blah. We were rolling.
Mm-hmm.
So 35.
On which one?
The first one. The
Rakshasa?
Rakshasa.
Nature?
No. Occult.
Okay.
Critical success from Ptolemy?
Was he aiding or was he doing his own?
No, he's 8.
Cult is...
Okay, so that's 37.
20 plus 21. 31.
Okay, so that's 38 likely.
And the DC of this is 27.
Plus 1.
So we critical.
Okay, something that is as powerful as you guys are is a Rakshasa. They disguise themselves as humanoids. They are occult spellcasters, probably not quite as powerful as Ptolemy.
Okay.
They're decent fighters, though. They can make good creatures sick with their gaze. They are good mind readers. They have weakness to good and resistances to anything physical. They are really good at pushing off and avoiding divine magic, as they are an enemy of the gods. This race would likely just want to dominate humankind or the planes if they could. They are a fiend. Curious that this creature would be working with the Temple of Demon Worshippers.
The tokens are really cool, though.
Yeah.
All right. Blue Dragon.
What size of blue dragon?
The size that we saw, so I'm assuming like an adult.
Okay.
I would assume it's an adult.
Okay, this is arcane.
Okay. I got 31.
And those potions are still in effect?
They
The
last for an
potions
hour.
last for an hour each.
Okay, Ptolemy.
40.
That's a critical aid. No, wait, give me a second.
The problem with these potions, Marty, is that like Alkur has to sit down.
Yep.
Yeah, you can't move while doing this crap.
No, it's not a critical aid, just a regular aid. Same from Ptolemy.
Okay. All right. So 36 total. Sorry, not blah blah blah. 33 total.
33 total. Okay, the DC is 31. An adult blue dragon is impressive, although not undefeatable by the likes of your group. It is a CR 13 creature.
Okay.
They can mimic any sound that they've ever heard. They are immune to electricity. They have frightful presences and can deflect attacks with their wings. Is that what that means?
No bullshit.
Oh.
Yeah, kind of like a shield as a reaction. Neat.
Cool.
Jaws, claws, tails, horns are all dangerous. They're minor casters. Except for illusions. They'll breathe electricity on you.
And that's not an illusion.
That's not an illusion.
I dismiss the dragon.
Dragons have the ability to make more attacks in less actions.
Well, of course, everything's like a flurry.
Yeah.
2 actions and you get 3 attacks or something.
Yep.
Like claw, and that's 2 actions. It would be my guess.
And adult blue dragon CR13. Assuming what you saw was an adult blue dragon.
5. It was whatever the size of the statue was. We're guessing.
Yep.
Beholder. What does a beholder do? And a beholder might be an uncommon creature.
It is a completely rare creature.
Okay, so
30.
37 is the first roll.
Give me a second. I need to look up in a different book what a beholder is. .5 bullshit. It's not even Pathfinder.
Oh, this is going to be.
That's
going
right,
to be a
yeah.
thing. I understand why it's like, are the potions running out?
All right, the DC is. This is a cult.
Yep.
What'd you guys get?
Well, I got 37, and then we try to figure out what the DC is for AIDS.
I rolled a 30.
30 is an aid. 42 is a critical aid, so +3.
So 40.
All right. Beholders are large aberrations. They have an anti-magic cone that comes out of their central eye, and their other eye stalks, which can be fired off in more actions than the normal creature has,
Well, goddammit.
can do things like charm, disintegrate fear, a death spell, turn you to stone, harm you, put you to sleep, slow you, and telekinesis things around.
Fuck.
They have all-round
Established.
vision because there's no flanking this thing, because eyes. And they are also called death tyrants, and they might be insane, or this one might be insane, but usually they would not serve devil worshippers. They're more on the hellish
They're a lawful
camp.
race.
Yeah. Although you never know with aberrations.
Abbeys can't be trusted.
So that is the big problem.
CR 15-ish? Ish?
Ish.
Right. That's the big problem, where we are CR 11-ish. And then there's a couple of CR like 18 and 20 casters in there as well.
Yeah.
You know, the
How are
Supreme
you-
Commander
how are
does not
yours
have
saved?
10th circle spells, but the Archwizard does. Who apparently is
Yeah,
Alkur's
that's
apprentice, but you guys haven't really re-shared that information.
We're not really telling.
Yeah.
We're not supposed to tell them until the paladin. Yeah. So we know the Supreme Commander is at least 17th or 18th level, and we know the other guy is at least 19th level. So,
Yeah.
So, yeah. It's okay. I guess we're gonna go back to the temple. Oh, it's gonna be a lot like the first time. It's like temple level 2. We take an hour to rest and prepare our spells. And
Okay. Join
An hour
Krieger
later-
outside.
Mm-hmm.
we're pulling Krieger inside, or are we just like? Are we even letting the bath before we go? Or are we just going?
one quick bath, guys. Come on, this is gross.
They've been in there for a couple of hours. You've got time to have taken a bath.
Okay.
Okay, the group of you.
It's quick for
An
him.
hour and a half or whatever. An hour and a bit. Yep. So.
Oh, you guys didn't. You guys took a rest here, though. You basically spent.
We after
rest
all
period.
this we rested.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna Squish staying here. No, tell him he'll bring Squish.
All right.
You guys return to Nulb and to normal time. And Krieger is lying in a bathtub. You can see like just dirty clothing and armor kind of in a trail all the way to the bathtub.
What is
Krieger's asleep in a bathtub.
He's got like a beer in his hand or something.
You're gonna drown if you're not careful.
Yeah. Hey.
Hey, get your pants on. Time to go. Oscar throws them in his armor.
New armor? The new armor?
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, hey, that's awesome. Because I was gonna ask Ptolemy to press the stinkinate my armor. I need
Press the what?
press the stinkinate. You know, when he makes it not stink.
Must be an occult spell.
Yes, mispronounced, but where's Shadow?
Oh,
Yes.
after Darian kicked him out, he said he was gonna go hide in the, well, not hide, but it's kind of like hiding. I think we all know it's hiding in the woods.
Why did Darian kick him out?
Darian said he wasn't welcome here.
Darian, why did you kick him out?
Because he's not welcome here.
Yeah.
Now
That's
we have
about
to
right,
go
actually.
find him.
I'll go and send Squish. Get him. Squish goes flying out of the smithy. Flies, does a couple circles around Shadow's head, and then flies back to the smithy. Ahmed, are you following Squish?
There we go. Now you can hear me.
Yes, now we can.
Yeah, we're gonna make our way to the smithy.
Okay. There are people like, ah! like they're walking down the street and they go running off to the side when they see Shadow and a big wolf wandering into the town.
Yeah, I'm not a werewolf. I'm just a wolf. But they know the deal.
Big wolf and little wolf running through the town. Probably not the weirdest thing that has happened to the town that lives next to the Temple of Elemental Evil. But yeah, you guys successfully make it back to the smithy without any resistance. It's like Nulb has just lost any of its ability to defend itself.
Could it be the massacre we engaged in earlier?
Multiple massacres of other people.
Is it Alkur the White or Alkur the Black today?
Alkur la Noir.
The Noir.
Emo elf.
He spent his hero point to not learn lies.
Oh, there you are. How did fighting the pumpkin things go?
We cleared everything out.
Good.
Nothing left.
Shadow.
Your new armor's over here.
Ah,
Your bow.
sweet. Thanks, guys.
I'll keep your manacles. How about that?
Good. We get a couple of nights before the moons go crazy. And supposedly I will too. Keep them handy.
Oh, I will.
Yeah, man. You don't scare me, dear.
All right, who's getting in the hole?
Okay, so you guys spent 4 days crafting.
I've been practicing holding my breath for
Okay.
this.
It is now the 55th day of summer. Oh, 4 days crafting, which means it's the summer 56. Full moon happens in the 3 days around every 30th day. Yeah.
Well then, in the 3 days round, so it's a 6-day thing, or is it
3 days.
3 days?
29th, 30th, 31st.
All right. Or
Or 59th, 60th,
61.
61st. It's very orderly here.
We still have a few days. Shadow,
What do you need?
I need you to get in the hole.
Sure. Is Max coming in as well, or is he staying outside?
I think he needs to go in the hole.
All right.
I think it's best if he's actually out based on his size.
Yeah, let's see.
You're gonna be able to move him?
I
Max, do what they say.
wheel him away.
You know, if puss comes to something, I can beat the living crap out of you. Or whatever.
Here, hold on to Squish for me. He hands it to Shadow.
Yeah.
Squish, squish, squish.
Be careful not to drop it.
Oh, you're a cute one. And
There
go.
you- Crusher, Krieger, in the hole.
Well, it's convenient.
Yeah.
And inconvenient, but, you know. Ow!
Oh, I've got an idea. And Ptolemy points at a ladder in the rafters at the, at the smithy. Put it in the hole.
Punk ladder.
Okay,
Yeah.
you take the Smith's ladder. None
That
of the
works out.
none of
actually.
the fairy folk complain about that. They're probably more curious. You can hear whispering as you guys are getting into this extra dimensional space.
Right.
Shadow is Squish, Crusher, Oscar, and Krieger all climb into the portable hole.
Yeah, the extra dimensional spaces are taken off before going in the hole.
Okay.
Darian, your job is to pick up the hole. When the spell is about complete, when we get to the side, you want to place it back down on the ground.
Understood.
Remember the water thing.
Yes.
The water thing.
Oh yes, don't put it in a place where it's squishy, or the water will flow into the hole.
Oh, that makes sense.
You're now the most important doggy ever, as a lot of the bags were tied to Max.
Good doggy.
Shut up down there. Enough out of the peanut gallery.
I'll show you nuts.
Quick, cast your spell. Where are we going, by the way? To the temple?
To the temple. That you the sorcerer.
All right. Oh, am I casting this?
Yes.
Oh, you should have told me. Don't start holding your breaths yet. He didn't tell me I was the one doing this. See how important your lord is?
Right.
10 minutes later.
Fantastic.
10 minutes later, it's like, what's taking so long? What do you mean? I thought you were doing it.
Ptolemy begins the complicated ceremony that is teleport now in this multiverse. Oh how magic has fallen and is failing. Spells are only lasting a minute. Teleport's taking forever to cast.
But visibility's buffed as shit. 10 minutes. Aha.
Ptolemy teleports you from Nulb to the vicinity of the temple. Give me. I'm going to just roll a d8. So you're 1% off from the arrival point. Is that what?
Uh-oh.
Yeah. That's what it says. It doesn't like it doesn't. It kind of has it set up like you're a fixed distance off, but I think it's kind of.
Just make us out of sight.
Which means that you're no more than a mile away. But yeah.
Okay. You guys appear, and you're actually in a clearing. There is some scrubland and a little bit of like stunted trees, and you could actually see the temple. And you're kind of coming at it from the backside. You could see the ruined tower. As you guys are basically a mile out that way, not that close, but kind of north and east of the temple itself.
Temple exterior map.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
You can see from this distance some of the ravens roosting along the tops of the temple towers.
We'll let everybody out of the hole.
Yep. Okay. Darian puts the hole down and unfolds it, and Ptolemy helps him unfold it, and you can see everyone down in the hole looking up at you, kind of looking like really. Because Squish doesn't need to breathe.
No, Squish would not survive. No, Darian's not in there. He'd be fine.
All right, help them out. Use the ladder. See, I already helped them out.
Very good, my lord.
All right. Out of the hole.
Here's to thinking with your noodle.
Yes, your noodle. I like noodles.
Well, who doesn't like a good noodle? I mean, really.
Okay, the group of you has pulled your way out of
Noodles?
Okay, pull up the hole. Put the hole on the back.
You guys can see that the light of the temple is pulsing ever so slightly.
Is that a good sign?
Probably not.
And there's kind of a humming sound in the air.
We should probably try to put a stop to whatever that is.
Max, protect Alkur and Ptolemy.
Yes?
Max, protect Alkur and Ptolemy.
Oh. Ptolemy's confused. The wolf is not.
All right.
It's like it's gaining power, or it is already gaining power, and it's bristling. I can feel it from here.
Let's see if we can find a relief valve somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
It is my temple, after all.
Yeah, Ptolemy. Left foot, right foot, people. We're gonna sneak up on the temple elemental evil.
Okay.
Are we,
Where to?
Going in to
All right, so
fuck some stuff up.
you get to about here on the temple map. There isn't much of a break along that side of the tower wall, although you might be able to do some climbing or flying to get over to the
Crusher and
temple.
Darian clones are just clones, right?
Where are we? Oh yeah, this is them. This was them
Yeah, you just
standing
pointed at
inside. Yeah. From as you approach, you thought you saw some very weird movement near the front of the tower, like something, or the front of the temple, like something kind of like dirt or some sort of mass was sort of moving along the front doorway and then sort of receded. It's hard to tell because of the wall that was in your way, but you saw something big moving over here.
Do we think it was the body collector thing?
It could be the body collector thing.
where was it moving? Here?
Now, just for my own, this broken tower here, that is what goes down to where the guards were, right? That was where they were dumping horse heads.
Mm-hmm. In this tower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I just created some tokens for the collector abomination.
There's an eyeball. All right. We did that.
So many corpses.
Let's find a way into this tower so that we can use the secret passage.
Alrighty.
So try to find a way into that north tower.
Okay, you approach the tower
Sneaking up on the north tower.
from behind. I'm going to move you to the tower map.
Yeah. Do you have give me a rope and I'll climb up there.
You guys are along the back side of the tower.
Okay.
Oh, more bodies. Okay, those guys are all gone. We'll add those to the pile.
That's a lot of biomass.
Okay, it's probably an expert level climb to get kind of around to the front of the building. Should I veil us and make us look like soldiers again?
I can just if I can drop down I can drop down a rope from the other side.
Yes, but do you want us to look like us, or do you want us to look like soldiers? Both Bone Crusher and Alkur, as you teleported closer and then walked along your walk, you did notice that you're still in the corner of the mental space, but Hedrak had turned around, like he wasn't paying attention to you any longer. But as you were walking towards the temple, it's like a turret on the Tower of Indomitable Will on your mind has kind of turned to now face the two of you in the corner. You know that he knows that you guys are in the vicinity.
It's not going to matter in a short period of time.
What should we look like?
Gnolls with black vestments appear to be rather effective.
Right. You're a gnoll, and you're a gnoll, and you're a gnoll, and you're a gnoll, and you're a gnoll. You're a big gnoll. I suppose you're a big gnoll as well. You're a different werewolf. And you, Max, are a troll hound. There. And I am a pretty gnoll. Tommy's got, like, wispy white hair and gnoll, and it's all fluffy.
It's got like frosted bangs on his nose.
Sure.
Frosted chips.
Ah, perfect.
Alright.
He gave you each, like, slightly different uniforms and, like, some of you braids in your hair. Like, he was very, very concerned with the details.
Well, it's important. So it's a climb.
It is a climb. It is a DC 20 climb check to kind of get around the tower.
Okay.
Alternatively, you could go to the top of the tower and see if there's a way in, but you know from being in the tower that that way was collapsed before.
Right. But
You could also
I think
climb
there's
up to one of the battlements, and that would be a... So climbing around is DC 20, climbing up to one of the battlements is DC 25.
Okay, how far is it to one of the battlements?
A DC 25 climb check.
How high is it?
30 feet.
Okay, Crusher runs up.
Okay, Crusher runs.
Grabs her up and drops it down.
Nice. You've reduced the climb to like rope against wall, which is like now a DC 10 check. It's an untrained check.
Cheating.
Well,
Alright.
Okay.
Shadow rolls.
nobody laugh. Alkur goes up slowly.
Yeah, Ptolemy's like, I can do this, and he does. He gets a 13.
How are we gonna get your dog up?
I'm doing it. I mean, no, whatever Noel say. Because you don't sound like Knowles.
Alkur is going to give it his all, and he gets a 4, but not a natural 1 because he's going really slow up the rope.
He's
Oh my god.
he's not making it. You can do it,
He gets an 8.
Team Weenie.
Alkur, we're not all elves. Let's move this on, shall we?
How are we going to get Max up here?
He climbs the rope.
Finally, without falling down on his ass, he spends an inordinate amount of time getting into this room.
He spent 6 rounds. Fucking rounds.
Squish just flies up and joins Ptolemy. That's a good boy.
Oscar just goes.
I'm just gonna roll 2d10s or 2d20s for.
How does Max get up there?
So.
Can grab the rope.
Oh, what
Can pull
happened
him
there?
while he climbs.
Yeah.
Eve, you bastards. He will try to. The dog will try to climb.
Oh, which one of your Jockos fell on his butthole?
It's Krieger.
All right. So how far up was he? We'll say D4 minus 1. Mark. That's how many tens of feet. Like, did he slip when he was just like he gets 0 or negative?
So
Krieger slipped and
One,
took 10
10.
damage.
1.
1.
Oh, 1. Sorry. Then 4 damage.
Ow.
He burned his hand on the rope a little bit as whoever was
It's
above.
not as easy as it looks, is it?
The dog's gonna try. Max gonna try.
It's all your
Nope.
sweat on the
Max
rope.
is not doing well.
Darian got up there. That's cool.
Yeah, Darren got up there. He's got no problems.
Yeah, that's good.
I don't even know. I don't know if.
So you would tie the rope underneath the dog's armpits, so you're not putting a huge amount of stress on its neck or its spine.
Yeah. You underneath, and it's like a. and-
Krieger
and you
Krieger
pull up
then
from-
Like a harness. Yeah.
tucks his ego in his pocket and and climbs the rope, getting all the way up there. Shadows.
He's actually a master in athletics.
That's funny.
Apparently, you wouldn't know it today.
Accidents do happen. Get your head in the game.
Hey,
They
you know what? Next time it won't be 10 feet, so head in the game.
they loop. A Shadow loops some rope underneath Max, who's kind of standing on end, and he needs to make an athletics check. You guys can all aid by pulling on the rope. We'll just say it's automatic, so that's a +4. What is
Okay.
Max's acrobatics or athletics? It would be athletics.
Yeah.
What's going to be hilarious is the next side when we lower him down like the 100-foot ladder.
100 feet. That's a problem.
How tall is that ladder?
It's like
120 feet.
200 feet, or it's like a ridiculous fall.
Expert in athletics. Okay, and +5.
Yeah, and
So
there will be
9.
some penalty, probably equivalent to -4 for not having thumbs.
9. So he's got 20. Holy crap!
Roll a
Yeah,
d20.
he's good. Yeah, he has a good bonus.
Okay, with the 4 of you
Next
heaving up with rope and Max helping but not hindering and scrambling and getting up on his hind legs and scrambling whenever he can. Pretty soon you've pushed the big ass dog wolf into the building. Yeah, just
wolf
leave the rope
now.
up at the top.
Shadows down below.
Yeah, Shadow climbs up there.
Okay.
Oscar's going to go look for traps, specifically the trapdoor.
Okay.
Yup.
So there's an auto detect and then.
Yep. Shadow, there are funny tracks in this room.
Sorry.
There are strange tracks in this room. Picture a bristled broom just sort of dragging blood across the ground.
41.
There are no traps on this trapdoor. It is closed, and it does not look like they have had time to put any traps here. You open up the trap door, and there's an unlit well that heads very far down, deep within the temple.
We drink our dark vision.
They last for
thingies.
24 hours.
Okay.
We drink our dark vision thingies.
Ptolemy has goggles of night, so he doesn't need a dark vision potion.
Okay. And
He will activate his goggles. Then he'll cast fly on Max.
How long does the alchemy thing, do the goggles last?
They are greater goggles of night, 619.
Because
611.
Krieger.
Sorry.
How long?
611 is the page.
Oh, sorry.
611. Googles of the night, greater googles of the night are +2
1 hour.
perception.
1 hour?
Yeah.
Just drink the potion.
Okay.
It lasts all day, so.
Dark vision lasts until you rotate the lenses back, or the item is no longer invested by you, whichever comes first. Okay, so no, actually his last.
All day.
So
All the
let's give it to
Darian?
Darian?
I don't need
Yeah,
this,
Darian.
is what he says. Quit trying to.
Darian.
No, Darian has
Darian
one.
has
Put one
one.
into Krieger, so Krieger
one into
doesn't have to be
Krieger.
mad.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, Krieger,
Then-
do you want
then
lizard
Doggo.
eyes? Drink this.
Okay. Adam, are you modifying it?
Yep.
Okay.
They're all set to 0.
Oh, and Max, enough with the rope thing already. Cast fly spell on Max. This will only last a minute, so get your doggo down there. Good boy.
All right.
Oscar's
so
going to go down the ladder kind of quickish,
'Kay.
sneakily-ish, but try to get down there to see if there's nobody at the bottom to murder the dog.
Crusher's gonna just jump down.
Okay, so I'm gonna go to level.
Wait for Oscar to get like close and go.
Show
Not land on you.
off, asshole.
This was a soft landing. Oh crap.
Oh, there are bodies on level 3 that I haven't added to the
Lamass.
mass. Yeah.
Okay. Shadow's drinking a potion. Oh, actually, Oscar and Darian, you guys have a potion of Cheetah's Elixir. Which
Oh,
makes
yes,
you
that's
move 10 feet. It's going to last an hour. You move 10 feet faster.
that's Darian.
Oscar, you've got 2.
I will drink it when I have a little bit more thinking of a quick thing.
All of you should drink your antidotes and your antiplagues.
Because they last.
Just bask at the corpse pile that you guys created from your earlier adventures. Just so many dead things.
But look at all the holes. We didn't fill out the cube.
They must have come home and went, and they call us evil? Look at this!
Or they might think we're like at the rival evil temple.
Okay, you guys. Oscar goes down. I think Crusher gets down there first because he just basically slow falls to the bottom. Max is the next person to get down. Oscar is the next person to get, or the first person to get down, who is using the ladder. I think Ptolemy will conserve spells and actually use the ladder. I need a marching order for the ladder, though. Oscar.
We're going to send down Krieger after Oscar. And then we're going to send down the Squishers.
Then Shadow will stay up.
And
come
Shadow
down
will be last because he's a coward.
Covering the bottom. This means that Bone Crusher and Max get to explore this area first. It is quiet. The doors are shut.
The way is shut.
There is a strange raked... the heads are all gone, by the way. The heads of the horses and of the men, they're all gone. And it looks like somebody has taken like really coarse and odd bristled brushes and kind of brushed at the blood. The brushing goes up along the sides of the walls a little bit. It's like whoever was here was not doing this in a orderly, grid-like fashion.
Approve of this cleaning approach.
Nope. Ahmed, you with us?
Yeah, I'm here.
You gonna move into the room, or is Crusher just waiting at the bottom of the
Oh
well?
no, sorry. Yeah, Crusher's going to. I was just doing the pushing things. Crusher is stealthing.
Okay. Max follows Crusher.
And Crusher's going like down. So Crusher's.
But then he comes back and he's looking up to see where Ptolemy and Alkur are, because I think he was told to guard them.
To guard them, yes. Okay, so Crusher's cell.
The doors of these rooms are open.
Okay. Oh, great. Crusher's an 18 with natural 1. It's good. Stealth.
This is your stealth? Awesome.
Just fucking falls his face.
Try to be quiet.
Giant body
slow
oozes
fall my
their
ass.
ability to have thumbs. They have many thumbs. To open the many doors.
Okay, it is quiet. Are you just waiting there?
Crusher will just stand to. Is this open?
This is closed.
It's closed.
Yep. But
I know this is a trap.
these doors are
this is a
open.
trap. Well, we'll wait for them to move in.
Okay. The whole conga line of adventurers comes down the ladder.
Quick, look at my robe.
Fox, we did not clear the entrance because the blob or body collector thing is there.
And we're very afraid of it.
And we are tremendously afraid of it. Thing is huge.
All right, Oscar has a chance to go look for traps.
Alright, now we're going. We're gonna take a peek. Like the body of both of the bodies are gone.
Both the bodies are gone. That strange set of tracks. It's almost like they were dragged by something bigger than them, which left behind all sorts of ick.
Okay, Oscar's going to check to see if the secret hidey hole is still there.
This door, the tracks of blood did not lead up to the door. The door is closed.
Okay, he'll open the secret door.
Stepping through, you notice that somebody has ransacked this place after you have.
Shadow, get your nose in here. Hey, Shadow.
On it.
And you do see that this particular door is open.
Okay, we're gonna take a peek.
This has been ransacked, and the furniture has been smashed to splinters and kindling.
Interesting.
Somebody's mad.
It does look like somebody took a shovel to like pick up the goop that was the leftovers of the closet.
Somebody's made. You're so made. Alright,
So
okay.
with the
Oscar's gonna snook his way out and let Shadow
Yep.
give a sniff around. And Oscar will move over to this door to check to see if because this one, we didn't disable the trap on the other side. We just left it there and knew the right handle to open it.
Correct.
We're just gonna look at it, that it doesn't look like it's been tampered with from this side.
where is the scent of that you wanted in this room, right?
In the secret section.
Yeah. Marty, who do I smell?
Give me a track by scent or a survival roll. This was 4 days ago. Or 5 days ago.
Not disturbed.
Yeah, they closed the door. They farted and they closed the
Oh,
door.
for fuck's sakes. Look at my rolls. 26.
Somebody with spell components. Like you've hung around wizardy or cleric type.
A caster did this.
Yeah.
Either